Good evening, and welcome to Veterans Family Archery. I'm Wes, and this is my wife, Kathy.
Hello.
Today, what we're doing is, wife's doing a little bit of shooting. She hasn't shot in a while due to some injuries and some recovery. She can tell you a little bit about that. So let's get into it.
So, what, back in 2009? No, 2010, I had a shoulder surgery, left shoulder. So that stopped me from shooting. 2011, second shoulder surgery on that same one. 2016, I had a titanium plates and screws put into my neck. Didn't think I'd ever be able to shoot my bow again. Prior to the surgeries, I shot league at Mike and Joanne's Archery when they were in Watertown, New York. Now they're in Kentucky. But still doing the same thing. Two amazing, amazing people. So the other day, well, a couple weeks ago, my kids brought out their bows. I said, well, let's see if I can shoot mine. And I can still draw back. Aim's a little off, but I'm having to retrain myself on exactly my stance and where to shoot, where my aims are, and how my pins are. So, due to health issues, I don't get out a lot because I can't. Right now it's cold. I've got gloves on, a hat. Everybody else is like, why are you got gloves on? It's cold. This is North Carolina. It's not supposed to be this dead blasted cold.
So what are the things that you think are important to work on? Just kind of coming back into it. Being not shooting for a few years. So what do you think is important for somebody that may be in a similar situation when they pick up a bow again and start shooting again?
Retraining your muscles. Everything about it is muscle memory. I can still shoot my bow, and my muscles do have a lot of the memory about it, but there's still things within my stance. I can't shoot that much because my shoulders and getting my muscles back to where they need to be to shoot more than 10 arrows at a time. Taking the time, slowing down, knowing not to drop your arm, take that shot when you're ready, and don't rush it.
So, like in another video, so we'll go back to like when we first started. So right now it's not important to shoot a whole lot of arrows at once. So you want to start back with a couple.
Right.
Okay, it's a good idea. So shoot two.
I would say if you've been out for a while, I would say do 6. Take a couple minute break, maybe an hour, maybe shoot some more, two, 4 more. I wouldn't pass more than 12 in that day. Like I said, with my injuries, I'm still not fully recovered due to the shoulder being a doctor mistake on the first surgery and the neck surgery not being properly healed. So in my situation, I can't shoot, nor will I shoot that much, because I know at the end of the day when I lay down, my bow is tucked all snug in its case and I'm in bed crying.
All right, so let's go ahead and we'll put a couple of arrows down range, and you can kind of talk them through your process of how you set up your shot.
One thing that I always make sure that I do is that my arrow is in my whisker biscuit before I click it. I don't want to change my strings too much. A little peep sight. My kisser button doesn't need to be moved. Get closer to my target. And I really don't want to lose these arrows because these are my daughter's Christmas presents and she might be a little pissed off at me. Another remembrance that you have to do after all these years is to remember that your bow does not need to be choked. That bow is not going to go anywhere as long as you have enough of a grip on it with your thumb to know that your hand is automatically going to grab it. When you choke it, your arrow is going to go God only knows where.
So I would say not shooting in a while. And you shot a couple of arrows before we started. Before we started, so
getting it sighted in properly.
Yeah. So for that group to be that close after not shooting for a couple of years,
10 years.
I wouldn't say it's bad. So just a few little minor adjustments and she'll make, and they'll be tightened up. All right, let's pull those arrows and go back and put a couple more down. I would say an important factor, just like when you begin and when you're coming back from an injury like that, is to be careful not to overdo yourself. So if you usually shoot a dozen arrows at a time, I wouldn't recommend trying to shoot 12, go down and pull, come back, shoot 12 or 6. I would recommend, maybe 2, 3 at the most. Then shoot 3, shoot 2, go down and pull, come back, because in between each one of those repetitions, you get a little bit of a break, so that way you can see if your form's off, or if you got face pressure on the string, or your release isn't right. You can spot those arrows and still try to work and correct it, still getting good quality practice in, and then work your way back up if you can physically to what you were shooting at.
Another advice that I would give is listen to your body. With any type of upper body injuries, your body's going to tell you when it's had enough. If you're a football player and you tore your ACL and you go out and you go on practice and you're running and you start feeling a giveaway, he's going to know he may not play that next game. Your body is going to tell you when it's had enough. Because at the end of the day, like I said, I'm going to be the one crying because I overdid it. Yeah, I might have got really good grouping and I might have hit the target and been so happy, but I have to listen to me to know whether I'm going to be moving the next day or if I'm going to be in bed all day. Situational awareness. If you have animals, always watch for them. We have outside cats, and one of them knows how to cat, so he's always around here somewhere, and I don't think I'd ever be able to forgive myself if I shot my cat.
It's a little bigger, but still close, still same aim point. You already shot a few beforehand,
Yeah.
So is there anything you like to add before we close this out?
Just remember that when you start out, you're not going to be as good as the pros that you watch. We've been doing it for years. We're still not that good. We have a friend that is amazing. And if I could ever get that good, whew. Take your time. Learn your body. Learn your stance. Muscle memory, as our family friend was shown earlier. Your muscles will remember, but you have to train them. It's Jouch! Tell me about that cat I was telling you about. Next time I think I'll lock him up.
Well, those are very good points, babe. The key is, like, when you get tired, you start putting a hitch in your hip, or your muscles get stored. Your group is spread out, and you'll start getting frustrated. And the key is not to be frustrated with your shooting. So you wanna make sure you're getting good quality practice in, and when you get tired and you start getting lazy, your muscles is going to remember that lazy part of your form. So with that, if you like what we're doing here, give us a thumbs up, subscribe, leave us a comment.
Tell your friends.
Anything that you think that we could do better, please, by all means, freaking put that in the comment section below. If there's anything you'd like to see us do, also comment. So thanks for watching, and remember, aim small, miss small.